The magic empire Houdini had worked so hard to build came crashing down overnight. With the sudden emergence of cinema, nobody wanted to see his shows anymore. But Houdini wasn't about to give up. He knew that to grab people's attention again, he'd have to go even more extreme. He just didn't have a clue how. That is, until he happened to notice the ice cubes in his glass. Suddenly, inspiration struck. Houdini got himself a transparent water tank and had himself suspended upside down in midair. The crew lowered him into the water as Houdini began trying to break free from his shackles. But hanging upside down, he couldn't get any leverage. He signaled for them to pull him back up. But right then the equipment malfunctioned. They couldn't budge the rope. Houdini was about to drown. His assistant frantically grabbed an axe and started hacking at the glass. Luckily, God still had a soft spot for this man who loved magic to the point of madness. But crazy Houdini didn't learn his lesson. Before the act was even ready, he was back on stage again. This was the very first water torture cell escape in human history. The audience watched tensely as everything unfolded on stage. But even after the time limit passed, there was still no sign of Houdini. The crowd started getting restless. People were worried something had gone wrong. Emergency crews rushed in, but when they removed the barrier, the water tank was completely empty. The show was a massive hit. Houdini became the greatest magician in the world, but he knew it wasn't enough. If he wanted to stay relevant, he'd have to come up with something even more thrilling and fast. This time, Houdini decided to leave the stage he'd called home for half his life and take his performance back out into the real world. Ignoring everyone's warnings, he climbed onto a bridge dozens of meters high. People from all over the city came to watch his performance. Houdini wasn't fully prepared, but he jumped from the bridge anyway, plunging into the icy river below. He quickly grabbed the key he'd hidden under his foot and freed himself from the chains. Everything was going smoothly until he looked up and realized he couldn't find the exit. Houdini had forgotten to account for the river's current. The agreed upon time had long since passed, and there was still no movement on the surface. His wife was beside herself with worry, as if trying to see through the thick ice with sheer willpower. By now, Houdini had stopped struggling. His life flashed before his eyes. At death's door, he suddenly saw his mother, pointing him in the right direction. Houdini ultimately escaped and once again became the center of the world's attention.